Actually, that's not the scary part. It was tickling this stuff, super radioactive, but please look up. It doesn't leave. It's just a hot pipe in the steam generator to turn cold water into steam, and that water is not radioactive.
No. It doesn't like rub off any radioactivity.
You know, I am told that it does not. Or at least it's negligible. There must be some funny chemistry in the metals that they use to make the pipes, and they probably have to replace it, but I don't know, man. You may know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. Look up here. Hot water goes away cold. No, because it's pressurized. Pressurized water reactor. You keep it under pressure, it can't go to vapor. Okay, the vapor is expansion. So look. This is not radioactive, it's just good old cold water, and that makes steam. That's another heat exchange. We went from hot pipe to hot steam, letting cold water return to the reactor core. Everybody good with that? Now that the heat is made into steam, now we've got the steam to make our turbines spin and we've made electricity. And now we're going to use cold water to take the heat out of the steam, leaving water to go back to work. And now heat leaves, and you missed it to make heat leave again, and cold water comes back. I'm done.
Why are they that cheap?
I don't know. There must be a very clear mechanical advantage that's out. I'm not an engineer, bro. I don't know if you noticed. I get like barely above minimum wage here. Like I'm like 15 minutes smarter than you right now.
Why don't they use that heat to make more steam instead of trying to cool it?
Because the whole thing is, this is a very carefully tuned heat shedding mechanism. Anytime that you back up heat, it's too much. So we're going from 600 to 200 Fahrenheit to like, I'm going to guess something less than that, 100 something maybe, to like barely above cold water, 80 degrees, 90 degrees. This is lazy heat. This is cranking heat. This lazy heat is not really enough to make enough steam under pressure to spin a turbine.
Like in between where you're cooling the water.
At no point after it's been steamed do you get enough heat to make steam under pressure because heat is lost in the form of energy somewhere. Now, I've got to clarify a few things. Some of you may have been lost already. I may be able to bring you back with an analogy that most of you will understand. If I take a cold water bottle into a bathroom with a hot shower, you understand that that'll be a steamy bathroom, right? And my cold water bottle in my steamy bathroom will in a few minutes develop what on the outside? Condensation. What was that water? Where was the water on the outside a minute ago? It was steam, right? Now watch me, because this is a heat exchange you may not have caught. Watch this. Steam is water vapor. When that water vapor approximates this cold metal, heat is transferred from that water molecule into my liquid. So the inside of this is going to get hotter, but that steam, having lost its heat, will become a droplet of water and drip to a ring on my countertop. Everybody got this? If I walk out with this from the bathroom and I close the door, you must know that I have taken heat out of the bathroom. This is now hotter, and technically, if you could measure very carefully, my bathroom got a little bit colder. Everybody follow me on this? I brought in something cold. No liquids change plane. But I leave having condensed water and taken heat. Got that? Condensed water taking heat? Are we good with this? Now watch. Steamy bathroom. Heat exchange. Condenses water but takes heat away. Those pipes get misted with a fine spray of cold water, and that fine spray takes heat away again, bringing cold water back into the steamy shower.
It's a closed loop.
It's a closed closed loop, you'll notice, watch. Gets hot, gives away the heat. Gets hot, gives away the heat.
Do you know, like, the approximate ballpark, like, temperature differences between the cold water and the reactor core and the hot water, making the steam?
I'm going to drop some guesses on you. 600 degrees Fahrenheit, 250 plus pressure. So at room pressure, it would be higher temperature because of the pressure. It's lower temperature, 250 plus pressure.
No, I mean, like, within the cold. Like, how cold does it get when you put it?
I'm sorry that I don't know. It's definitely below boiling.
Okay.
Yes.
So all the water used to cool those pipes is just pumped from the lake?
Yeah, so here, that's actually the ocean.
Oh.
I mean, that's an estuary, so that's
The
brackish, probably river brackish. Here, they take water, they get their cold water to spray inside here from the river. And so what you don't see is this huge pipe that's sucking water out, and then to make that steam, they're sprinkling river water, and that goes out. You know, in San Onofre, the nuclear power plant that always makes me think of other things, this nuclear power plant takes cold salt water from the ocean and then just runs that cold water over this steam and just puts hot water into the ocean. If you go surf here, the currents are right, you're swimming on top of that hot water, and it feels really nice.
That's sick.
It's like a tepid bath. It feels like pea water, kind of. But it's ocean, so it's nice. If your feet are really cold and they're all cut from surfing in San Onofre, you love it.
Hi.
So look, there were 4 points of heat exchange. 1, 2, 3, 4. Coolant at the rods. The steam generation here. The condenser loop there. And the cooling tower here. If all this works, we take heat, make steam, and then shed the heat out into the air, and everybody's happy. What? Okay. Everybody ready for some nuclear disasters?
Yeah.
Let's start with 3 Mile Island. We'll probably have to do Chernobyl tomorrow, but you can probably see what's wrong here. Chernobyl used the fuel rods to make the steam. They were missing one of those cycles. You know what I'm saying? So they had radioactive steam.
Oh, nice.
And then in a plumbing problem, you've got radioactive that's already volatilized, so you can probably imagine the rest. Right. Now, I'd like you to read just the first bullet, please. Just the first bullet. A leak in the secondary system. Stop there, and please look up here, because I think you'll understand this better looking at the diagram than reading it. Look here. If this water level starts to drop because there's a leak in the system, what will happen?
It'll get too hot.
What will get too hot?
That's like the whole thing.
Right, eventually this hot pipe has no place to give away its heat. So instead of bringing coolant back to the fuel rods, you bring in just hot water again. And that's the problem. That allows too much heat in the primary system. Over 600, becomes 700, 800, 900. And that blows the pressure valve inside the containment structure. And that got stuck. It's not supposed to do that. So when this water gets too hot, the second accident was it started to leak out into the containment structure. And all of a sudden it releases too much coolant, which allows the heat to build up in the reactor. Now you've got exposed fuel rods. Listen to this. If you're ever hearing something on the radio and they say blah, 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 exposed fuel rods, that's when you grab your bug out bag and go live in the mountains, start eating squirrels and stuff. Like, exposed fuel rods is synonymous with head between your legs and kiss goodbye. Luckily, they had control rods, they had backup water, they had all these things that they were able to use, but check this out. This is 3 Mile Island, this is the reactor, and inside inside the reactor, stuff melted. Inside the core itself never actually, the reactor core never leaked. But the stuff inside got way too hot, so there was this like pool of melted who knows what. So everybody got back to work and was like, oh dang, I wonder if that could have had any problems, because inside our containment structure we had some leaky water and then some other radioactive leaky water, and they had to vent stuff into the air. The amount of radioactivity is really open to debate, and a lot of people have said that there was no radioactivity released, but coincidentally, 3 Mile Island is at the center of a mysterious cancer cluster. I honestly don't know what that could be. These could just be people that had access to cheap cigarettes or something. We'll come back and talk more about disasters on Wednesday.